Kia ora everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you the final completed pages for 2025. These are everything that I coloured in the month of December 2025, which I'm super excited to share with you. So I'm not going to talk about the wrap up for the year. That will be a separate video where we go over 2025 and all the different stats and stuff, but we'll talk specifically about the month of December and all my completed pages. So the journal is a bit of a chaotic mess, but it works. It's also the last time that we will be using this glorious purple journal. I did do a live stream the other day where I was setting up to wrap up 2025 and setting up for 2026. So I have a new notebook ready to go. This is just a school mathematics notebook. So it's all I ever use. They work well. And yeah, looking forward to switching over from purple to gold to green to gold. But we've got one more to wrap up in here. So if you're new here, by the way, kia ora. My name's Amy. I'm a colorist based in Aotearoa, New Zealand. And I normally do a lot of adult colouring. The month of December 2025, I didn't actually do a lot, and we'll get into it. So what I have for you today is I have 36 completed pages to show you. And you might be hearing that going, Amy, you said you didn't have a lot to show us. Oh, again, we'll get there. So the first two I have to show are in Capybara Cuties. This is by Rob Parkinson, and I am also in a group with a few different colorists. I did not write down all the names, and there's some new people that have joined us, so I'll insert a thingy here of like, these are the peeps. And so there was some pages chosen for the month. There's also some that I've got to catch up on, which I'll do eventually, but I did manage to do this month's, December's pages. So I did the Christmas one, which I love the Christmas one. So I just used alcohol markers, a paint pen, and then like some shimmer metallic pens and stuff like that, just to fill in all of it. I also filled in the background, which I wasn't going to do, but I was just like, you know what, I think that'll be fun. And it needed that bright green just to finish it off, you know. I think I also had a couple of like spillovers, and I had a smudge. That's it, because you can see like there's a little bit. You look really, really closely here, you can see the paint pen that I used to help clean up that area. I had a smudge. I used a metallic pen and I accidentally smudged it. So that's why I did the background. I had to do some major cleanup. But yeah, I do love that one. I think that one turned out really cute. Very traditional Christmas colours, but you know, sometimes it's fun to do that. And then the other one is this boba page, which has unfortunately already started turning the book yellow, whatever brown I used on the little capybaras. Which is a shame because I love this page, but yeah, at least like that side, it's only on this half, so that's fine. And then where it's here, well, this is a Halloween page, and I can colour in the background like a yellow or something to hide the yellowing of the markers, so it'll be fine. We'll make it work. But for this page as well, I used alcohol markers and paint pens, and then I also used glaze pens to go over the boba cups to make them really shiny and glossy, and I really like how that worked out. I learned a tip actually from Colouring Bumblebee, just randomly in one of her videos. I can't remember which one it was, but she mentioned with glaze pens how she's found that you need to do two coats. Like the first coat kind of provides a surface for the paper and then it stops anything else absorbing in, so that second coat sits on top and goes super shiny. I was like, oh, because the first time I used them, I wasn't impressed with how shiny they were. I was like, I can get a better finish with Mod Podge. So, yeah, two coats. So, love how that turned out. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some more in here. There is some pages that have been picked for January. Admittedly, they're not my favorite pages. I think there's one of them. One of them's a very wintry page, and then the exercise page. And both of them, I'm just a bit like, don't excite me. But I've got a lot to catch up on, so I might just go back and do like some of the older pages if I get in the mood to do it. The whole thing, we'll see. But that's Capybara Cuties by Rob Parkinson. Had a little bit of an RJ kick. So I did one in Dragon Dreams, which is this page here. This is the Winter Dragon. I actually saw that RJ coloured this one too, which was really cool to see. But yeah, I had a lot of fun just colouring this one. Very easy colour palette. And lots of shimmery metallic pens, as you can see. So yeah, I used alcohol markers to base, Pablo pencils to shade, and then all sorts of metallic pens. Can't even remember all the metallic pens I used. I am surprised I didn't add glitter to this. I was thinking I would have added glitter. Maybe I was planning to come in and add glitter because there's a few pages I've looked at and gone, was I going to add glitter to that? And I think this might have been a page. At the very least, I would normally add glitter over this area, the black sky with the stars. So I have a sneaking suspicion I was meant to come in and add glitter to this, and I never did. But that's okay. It's still cute. It's R.J. Hampson Dragon Dreams. It was actually my first page in that book too. And then I have Lost and Found. This is a very, like, it's not a lot of Christmas pages at the moment. Again, we'll get there. But Home for Lost Cats. I pulled out a bunch of R.J. Hampson books off the shelf. And, oh, yeah, I saw this page and it was like, it's December, it's not Christmassy at all. I don't care. I have to colour this page. I love this page so much. This is one of my favourite pages of the month because it's just so cute. Look at the kitties and the tiny little mouse hiding down here. This is just, I love this. R.J. Hampson, I want a book of cats. Just a whole book of cats getting in trouble. Please. Like, more kitties. More kitties. I want R.J. Hampson as an Australian to do a Southern Hemisphere Christmas book, and I want a kitties book. So, yeah. But and there's another version which I will probably also colour in. Also, I love the Foxy pretending to be a cat. Yeah. But, oh, so cute. I love it. Love it so much. So that was R.J. Hampson Lost and Found. And then there is another R.J. Hampson, and this one is also a buddy. And this one was a buddy with Lisbeth and Roslyn, who I will put up their usernames here and tag them down below. All my buddies will be tagged down below, both their Instagrams and YouTubes if they have them, so please go and check them out. But we did a page in Christmas Tiny Homes by R.J. Hampson. And of course, it's the Summary Santa page. I absolutely adore this page. So I have this gorgeous tropical Summary Santa, which Southern Hemisphere, totally appropriate. So for my one, I used alcohol markers and a mixture of Pablo and Polychromos pencils to shade. And then there is some white gel pen. I think it's just Posca. Not entirely sure of the gel pen, but just some little bits to go around some of the water and like light reflex on the glasses. And then there's, of course, Mod Podge Extreme Glitter on the water, which I love to do for sparkly summery water because the sun hitting the water and it going all sparkly, and yeah, so to me, I love that. And I'll make sure I insert Lisbeth's and Rosalind's page here. I love the addition of the Christmas lanterns. I saw that and I was like, that is so smart. I wish I had done that. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous pages and an absolute blast to buddy with you both. And thank you so much for doing some tropical Christmas pages with me. We need more. We need more Southern Hemisphere Christmas pages. I want to colour more summer Christmas. Right, and then... Are you a completed page? You are a completed page. I don't know why you're on that shelf. I have a page in Christmas Gnomes by Teresa Goodrich. And I've done this little one here. Just going Merry Christmas. I love the little penguin here. Again, this is alcohol markers, a little bit of polychromos for shading, some paint pens, and lots of various shimmery metallic pens for all little details like the gold and on the head and in the background. And again, no glitter, which makes me think I was meant to come in and also glitter, because I normally glitter my snow and I didn't glitter the snow. So this is why I'm also suspecting I was meaning to come back in and glitter these two books, and I haven't done it. But I'm also okay having not glittered the snow. Like, not every snow needs to be glittery. It's still got shimmery background, so yeah. But I just find it interesting that I didn't glitter the snow when I know that's something I usually do. So yeah, interesting. But I do love how it turned out. I like all the like really bright white highlights and how shiny everything looks. So yeah, that is my page in Christmas Gnomes by Teresa Goodrich. That was, I believe, my first page in that book too. Lots of unworked books. Right. I have two more books that have some completed pages in to show you. But before I show those ones, I'm going to show some whips. And there's a lot of whips. There's a lot. And so here's the thing. Is while I was colouring, if you've been on the channel, you would have seen that I was working on this book, and I put up a video every single day. In fact, I completed this book, which means I've got 27 pages to show you in this book, to explain why there's so much coming in this book. But because I was so focused on the challenge of getting that book done, because I did do those pages in bulk, I did do them in advance as well. So I wasn't doing a page a day. I was doing 8 to 10 pages a day so that I could have all the videos recorded, and then I could edit them and upload them and not worry if something came up and I couldn't colour, which was the smart way to do it, because by the time I finished that book, I was so burnt out. I was so burnt out in colouring. I've been trying to do some other little bits, and I had all these pages here in progress. I had all this in progress, and I finished 25 miniatures, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to work on anything I'm working on. So I pulled out Fairy Tale Worlds by Maria Trial, and it's like, all I want to do is do a background. This is all I want to do, is just work on a background. So I just boarded off this, pulled out pink, yellow, and green, and did the background of this one. And I really enjoyed it. And then I decided to do the background of this one, and I really enjoyed it. And then it's like, oh, I should carry on and colour the characters. Like, I pulled out some fine liners one night and just did the branches, and I did the gold stars. And it's like, I should really colour the characters. I should really colour the characters. And I keep trying to push myself, and then it's like, you know what? I don't want to push myself. I don't care if I have a bazillion whips. You know what? I don't want to push myself. And that was just kind of like a mindset switch for me of like, just because I started this page, I don't have to finish it. So I did not finish it. And in fact, I barely finished any other pages this month because I was just feeling burnt out, but also there was just this mind shift switch in me. And it's something that I'm going to talk about in my wrap up video and what I'm moving into in 2026 of how things are going to change. But if you know from my 2025 goals, one of them was to keep my whips under 10. Because in the past I've had hundreds of whips. I got it down to under 10 and I was rolling through with less than 10 whips for ages. And I've managed to sustain it all the year except for this month. This month I've skyrocketed and I'm actually not worried about it. So yeah. But getting back to what we've actually been colouring, I have these 2 pages, which I love how these are looking. Don't get me wrong. And part of me is like, oh, I could have completed it. But also, I wasn't in the mood to complete it. I didn't want to rush it. I love how they're progressing. I did try to do a little bit on a live stream recently on this page, and I just wasn't feeling it. And I don't like what I've done there so far. But it's small enough that I can fix it. Like, I can change it up. But yeah, I've got a whip and it's going to remain a whip. It's probably going to remain a whip until next year, and that's fine. So that's my little colour palette. Those are the only colours I've used on the page so far. So I'll just keep that in there, keep that tracked, and add that to a whip list. So it's Fairy Tale Wheels by Maria Trell. And then we have 50 Zodiac themed miniatures. I was very much over chameleon by the time I finished my Christmas minis project. So yeah, I don't know why I even based these, because I should have known I wouldn't be getting back to them. But I did indeed base out the Sagittarius. So yeah, it's based. There's just no shading on it. I've even done like the super golden marker. So that just needs shading. And of course, next month is Capricorn, which is mine. I am a January baby. In fact, it's my birthday in a few days. So I am January 8th. So it's not long to my birthday. So I will be trying to do that one in January. And then I did also base the 2 chibis that I needed to catch up on. So the chibi rat and chibi ox I also based. Didn't shade. And then the chibi monkey is also based. And then next in January, it's the chibi rooster. So I might try to do a little bit of catch up in January and finish off all those whips. But again, if I don't, I don't. And that's okay. So that became a whip. Leon's Journey. I'm sad this one is a whip just because I love the work I've done in Leon's Journey, but also I definitely don't want to rush this book. I don't want to push myself in this book because, spoiler for next video, but some of my favourite pages of the year are in this book. But this here is a buddy with the beautiful Jess from Colouring Bumblebee. Now, I don't know if Jess is still working on hers. I don't think I've seen a finished image yet, but I know she is trying to wrap up the last 2 Christmas pages because I technically had a few more days that I could be working on it. And if I get inspired to work on it in the next couple of days and get it to her before she films completed pages, cool. Like, awesome. But if I don't, I don't as well. But yeah, I did not get very far into this. I basically just based Mocha and Latte. It's something that I'm struggling with that I know Jess was also struggling with. So I'll be really interested to see what colour route she's done. But it was trying to figure out a colour palette for this because you've got the set colours of the animals and then you've got the tree, and it's like, do you go traditional? Do you go funky? Like, what colour scheme do you do? So I also just didn't have any ideas. So I'll be really curious to see what Jess did, but I know that was something she was also struggling with because we did talk about it a little bit as well. But yeah, I'll be curious to see how Jess's looks, and if I do get to it, I get to it. If I don't, I don't. I love Leon's Journey by Kanoko Agusa. I have Small Town Charm by Teresa Goodrich, and I have this little craft store page, which I thought was cool. So I did the alcohol marker base for this one and no pencil shading. The colours are absolutely wild. But hey, it's a craft store. It can be colourful. So yeah, that is just alcohol marker, no pencil shading. Something I was going to get back to and I never did. So yeah, Small Town Charm. And then the final, no, 2 more whips. Okay. I have Winter Wonder by R.J. Hampson. I opened this and I thought I had finished this one. And I obviously put it back on the shelf. So at some point in the month, I was going to work some more on this. And then I was like, oh no, I'm finished it. And I chucked it onto my finished shelf. And then when I was going through to organize for completed pages, I was like, hang on, this isn't completed. Because at first I was like, oh, that's interesting. I haven't done the snowflakes and there's no glitter. And then I was like, wait, Santa's got no shading. Wait, these leaves have no shading. This has got no shading. This has got no shading. Oh, I haven't actually finished. So yeah, not quite finished with this one. It's got alcohol marker, and then it's got a little bit of Pablo, and it's got a little bit of gel pen on his glasses as well, which is probably also what threw me, is that there's already some paint pen on there. I usually do paint pen last, so that's probably part of the reason I'm throwing, and I thought the page was finished when it's not. But yeah, it's definitely not finished, so I'm sad I didn't get to finish it, because of course this book came out this month. I was gifted this as Happy Mail. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I wanted to do so many pages in here because it's stunning, and it just did not happen. The burnout is real, folks. And then the final one I have is another new book this month. I've just been writing this book down everywhere as manga. It's Manga Mania. I've just noticed that. I don't even think in my spreadsheet I called it Manga Mania. I think I just called it manga. Anyway. I'm a professional, I swear. This page here, this Christmas page here, I love how this is progressing. I love my color palette for it, and I'm just so happy with how it's progressing. And then once again, I haven't pushed it, I haven't rushed it. I did stream recently, and I was kind of bouncing around a few pages, and I did come in and shade like her face. I think that's about all I did, was just a little bit of shading on the face with some polychromos, but the rest of this has been based with my Albert Duras. Again, color palette, it says FC for Faber-Castell up the top, but yeah, Albert Duras to base, and then I'll keep shading with polys on top. And yeah, I think the only other thing I know for certain for colorway is I think I'm going to do her hair white, though I do need to bring this blue up somewhere as well. And we do have this cookie house, so yeah. No, I was also saying potentially I could do her hair blue to bring this blue up as well. But I've got like these little flowers I can do in blue, or the ribbons, or I know I need to bring blue somewhere else onto this page, because right now your eye is very drawn to this footpath. So some more blue needs to go around. But yeah, I'm loving how it's progressing. It's so cute. Also, this reminds me so much of a Pokemon. It looks like a little Eevee for some reason to me, and I adore it. So yeah, I do really want to do some more in this book, because it is gorgeous. And there's so many pages. So yeah, that's all the whips that I've done this month. So as you can see, there's a lot of whips. But then let's talk some more completed pages. So I have Fledgling Fairies, and I have 25 miniatures to colour till Christmas. And the reason why these two books are together is because not only did I do pages in both these books, I completed both of these books. So yes, if you've been following the channel, you know I completed 25 miniatures to colour till Christmas, because this is a series of videos. There's the 25 minis plus a bonus episode for the inside cover and the nameplate page. And then these complete flip throughs of the completed book. But surprise, I also finished Fledgling Fairies as well. So it's in my drafts right now. I will put it up sometime soon. There's a lot of videos to go up in January, but sometime there will be a complete video flip through, a completed flip through of this book. A flip through of this completed book. Wow, Amy. I will put a flip through up, so there'll be again a short version where I just flip through it quickly, and then a long version where I talk about each of the pages. But for now, let's show you the 3 pages that I did in here that completed the book. I'm so happy. So the first one I'll show you is Odette. So all 3 of these pages I have done with the same approach. I have used a Gansai Tumby watercolor and some other watercolors in the background to fill out the page, and then come back in and shade it on top with different media. So for this one, I did the background, then I used alcohol markers to base everything and came in with polychromos and Pablo pencils by the look of it to shade. There's some paint pens for details, and a little bit of Mod Podge Extreme Glitter for glittery details. And yeah, I really love the Gansai Tambi for the backgrounds. It's really what made me able to complete these pages, was figuring out to put those spotted backgrounds and just play around with that, because these three were my least favorites in the book. So, but now they're done, and they're actually some of my favorites. I love how they turned out. So yeah, we have Moonchild Fae. So again, Gansai Tambi in the background. This one also has some iridescent watercolor mixed in with the Gansai Tambi and splotted into the background. This one is again just all Pablos, no marker base, just Pablos for coloring in the background with some paint pen highlights, and then of course Mod Podge Extreme Glitter for all the glitter, and then I did use like an iridescent brush marker for the border as well, very purple. And then the final one is a Grace Fairy. So again, Gansai Tambi for the background, and then I think this one's just polychromos for the shading directly on. A little bit of paint pen for a couple of subtle highlights, but not a lot. And then this one actually has stickles on the wings. And then a paint pen for the border. So yeah, those were the 3 pages I did in Fledgling Fairies, and that has completed this book officially. So yeah, started November 2022, completed December 25. So that's pretty cool. Pretty stoked to have done that. That's completed book number 1. And then completed book number 2. So 25 miniatures to colour till Christmas. So I'll try not to spend too long here, just because there are completed flip throughs of this book on the channel, and I'll make sure to link those down below so you can go and watch the full detailed flip throughs of this book, because again, I did this all in the month of December. In fact, I did this essentially in 3 days in December, and so you can watch a playlist, which I'll again link down below, of me completing every single page, my process for every single page. So just like no talking, just quick little time lapses. But yeah, I really wanted to set the challenge of doing and completing this entire book in the month of December, so I'm glad I did. I think if I did it again, by the way, still probably my favorite out of all of them. If I did it again, I might look at doing a page a day instead of trying to churn out a lot of pages, but do it like earlier. So maybe start at mid-November, so that, I don't know, take some of the pressure off, basically. Because yeah, I got burnt out, but it was a lot of fun, and I really wanted to challenge myself to use lots of different media and techniques, which I definitely did. Like, I really tried to focus on using all sorts of media, different ideas, and just creating a variety of pages, which, you know, I did use a lot of different stuff in this book. This one was almost a disaster. It's still slightly sticky too. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun to go, what can I throw at the book today? What can I do for this page? What can I throw at it for this? And it used up a lot of old alcohol markers too. I had someone actually comment and say, oh, I wish I know how many markers you threw out, because there's several times in the videos where you see markers dying. It's like, yeah, I wish I kept track too. I didn't actually think of it until I'd already chucked out one big lot, but I would estimate that I threw away 30 markers, like from my old marker collection that had dried out because of this project book. So yeah, definitely got through a few markers. The old marker tub is looking very, very empty now, which is really cool to see. That's actually tea that I threw in the background. This is also almost a disaster page. I'm going to have to do some more experiments with mica powder, which is what this shimmery stuff is. Like, it was real interesting to play with, but yeah, almost a disaster page. Oh, it has started going a bit yellow. This is Glossy Accents, and I had someone ask if they found that it went yellow. And yeah, it does look like it is starting to yellow slightly, which is a shame, but good to know. Good to know, because I haven't used a lot of Glossy Accents before, so. But only like here where I've done it really, really thick, where it's thinner. It's just in these really thick sections, so that might be good to know for future. Anyway. 24. Then page 25, which I actually really love how 25 turned out. This is also one of my favorites. I think 25 turned out fabulously, which is great because, you know, it's also, you know, the finishing page. So you want it to be nice. And then, yeah, that's just all about Camellia and their lovely books. There is one more countdown book. These like a Halloween countdown book, so that could be really fun. As much as, like I said, this was a burnout challenge to do, I think it could be really fun to do one for Halloween too. But yeah, so that was 27 of my 36 completed pages of the month. So yeah, it seems like I did a lot because of the fact that I had 36 completed pages for the month, but 27 of them were the 25 minis to colour till Christmas. So yeah, from all my books that month, as I said, completed off 36 pages. 2 of them were buddies. I did work in 5 new books. And then for my whips, so I previously had 8 whips. 1 book has been unhauled. So that got rid of 1 whips, which brings my old whips down to 7. But then I also created 10 new whips. So I have blown my 10 or less whips out of the water, and it's fine. Again, I'll talk about that in 2025, but it is what it is. I also received 30 new books, all brought. I was gifted a wonderful Happy Mail parcel, and then I did buy a couple of books as well. So I got 30 new books, which means we are ending the year with my book total being 443 books. That is after I unhauled 17 books, plus some other bits and pieces. So yeah. So as you can see by that, I did do a bunch of colouring, but most of that colouring was done by the 13th, because I completed this by about the 13th of December. So it's like, well, what did you do for the rest of the month of December, Amy? Well, I get burnt out. Also the holidays. Also, fun little deviation. If you're interested, if you're like not interested in this, feel free to click off this video. But for those that are interested or might have seen some of my recent live streams, I have been getting into dolls. So after I completed 25 minis, my burnout was just huge, and I was like, I need to do something else. And I knew for one of my nibblings for Christmas, I wanted to make a bunch of baby doll clothes for them, because it's something that we struggle to find is clothing for their baby dolls. Now this nibbling has multiple baby dolls, so I was trying to make clothes in all sorts of different sizes and try and make things work for multiple babies. And I was just going to make a couple of pieces in some plainer fabrics, mostly upcycled sheets, and then add in some sparkles and decorative bits so that the nibbling could decorate the clothes themselves. And basically it gives them a craft because they can decorate the clothes, but also it's a thing that they can play with and they desperately have been wanting, like they've been asking for a long time. So I spent ages sewing a bunch of clothes. And like I said, I was only going to start with a couple bits, but then I just fell down the rabbit hole and I was making and making and making and making. And then I had to stop myself because it reached a point where it was like, I cannot make any more clothes or else I'm going to have to go and get the rest of my nibbling small presents because this is getting ridiculous. So, but I didn't want to stop sewing because I was genuinely having so much fun sewing. And so rather than stopping sewing, I went and got myself a couple of 18-inch dolls, which look like they're asleep because they're our generation dolls, so they close their eyes as they lay down. But I got some 18-inch dolls and started making clothes myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to this one. I'm not really the most decked out to be on camera today, but we're going to make do. Yeah. So yeah, good old 18-inch dolls. And then yeah, I started making clothes for these dolls, which then made me pull out all my dolls. So now I've got dolls all over the windowsills, and it made me find all my old doll custom stuff, because I've got a bunch of Monster Highs that I stripped ready to customize years and years ago. I found a BJD doll that I brought to customize as well that I never did. So it sent me down this big rabbit hole, and I ended up making a ton of clothes, including this little bear outfit. Of course, it's not going to go back on her head now. This little bear cuddly outfit. I also have a bunny variant that I'm in the middle of sewing that I freaking love. So cute and cuddly. But yeah, I'll show some of those because, you know, why not? I had a lot of fun. Again, if you're not interested, feel free to click off. But yeah, this is the giant bag full of bags of things that I have sewn. So I was going to have the dolls dressed and take a bunch of photos for this, but it's actually like really grey and miserable here today, so I can't actually do really nice photos. Maybe one day. But yeah, so I have this dress here. So this is a upcycled bed sheet and some old netting that I had and some old ribbon. Yeah, this is a sheet that I found. Old satin sheet I found at the op shop, because I actually used so much fabric making my Nibblings Christmas present that I had to go and buy more fabric, and fabric's expensive, so I went to the op shop and found scraps of fabric and sheets and old clothes that have holes in them that they clear out in big bags so you can use them for fabric, like this one here. This is a cutening sample with some old lace trim, again all from the op shop. Just a sweet little dress. Yeah, I have been watching so many videos about 18-inch dolls and dolls in general, and I'm like, I wish I had more. I wish we had the American Girl store available to us here. Like, it is phenomenal. It's such an experience. This one here, now the glitter's a little loose on this one. This is actually a Christmas table runner that I got on clearance after Christmas, and some old scrap of strawberry fabric that I had. So this like ties on the shoulder as like a little sundress. So cute. I really love this one, but the only thing is this Christmas table runner, the glitter's not the most secure, so it is a little flaky with the glitter. Don't think they were intending for people to use that table runner as a fabric thing, but it's like the perfect fit for a tutu, so it's like, I'm gonna use it. So I have this set here. So this is a full set. So I have, this is a full dress with a full circle skirt, and then so it sits correctly. I also have a tutu that goes under it, because, you know, tutus. So that helps it sit out. It needs a good iron. And then it's got a matching little headband. I think I do have a photo of the doll in this one. Any outfit that I actually have a photo of, I'll try and insert it if it's a reasonable photo, sort of show how it looks. So that one. Again, I've been making a lot of clothes, and I've just been using these old bags to keep them all in. My mum had a pile of these. It's like, perfect. Yes, this is another little sweet little dress. This lace trim that's around it is actually lace that I dyed for a cosplay. So I actually coloured the lace. It's from my Jester Lavore cosplay. Oh yeah, there's a couple of pieces in here. Oh, that doesn't want to open. There we go. So I've got cute little pinafore dress with Marie. So yeah, just a little pinafore dress. I love that. And then there is a little t-shirt that I made to go with it, which has been made from my old pajamas. Yeah, these are old pajama pants. So cut them up. This hem along here is all the hem from the actual PJs. So I didn't even have to hem the arms or the bottom of the dress of the t-shirt because I used the existing hem from the PJs. And of course it's stretchy because it's PJ fabric. Same with this little jacket here. This is an old t-shirt. So again, I used the hem that was already there. And then some random ribbon that I found at the op shop. And it's like a little tie. It's like a little bolero or a little shrug. So you can tie that up. And then there's a little singlet that can go under it. And then a little skirt, which I did kind of chew up a bit of the ribbon here. I was trying to make I was trying to like use the ribbon to help me with hemming it. And it worked pretty well, except for over here where my sewing machine kind of chewed it up a bit. So it's a little fluffy, but that's okay. Things you're learning along the way. Honestly, my sewing has improved so much just by making all these little clothes. And I mean little clothes, like these things are fiddly. I can't imagine trying to make them for like 11.5-inch dolls. And the last one, lucky last, which actually comes with a bunch of jewelry that I also made as well to go with it, is the rainbow dress here. I love the rainbow dress. This is made from an old bed sheet. So again, I used the pre-existing hem of the bed sheet because why not? Yeah, so it's a little cute rainbow dress, and it also has a little inbuilt tutu that is also rainbow. And the rainbows all line up, which I think is very cute. So yeah, it goes all the way around. I love a good rainbow dress. So yeah, that is all the things that I've been up to when I wasn't colouring. Little random side tangent, but I've really been enjoying learning more about dolls and sewing for dolls, and it's still definitely something that I am keeping myself busy with. As I said, I have this bear fluffy onesie that I made, and I've been making another version of it, but this time to be a bunny. So I'm doing like a more pinkies one, like these bunny ears and stuff like that. So yeah, I've just got to finish the hood on that one. But yeah, that's been what I've been working on when I haven't been colouring. So just a little random side tangent of a bit of crafts and stuff I've been up to. But I've really been enjoying it. So yeah, that's how we're ending my 2025 with a new deep dive. And a bunch of colouring. She sits in an onion bag. It works well. And yeah, I've had an absolute blast doing all this and colouring and just having fun. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. There will be, as I said, a wrap-up video for the whole of 2025 coming soon, where we'll just probably do the colouring tag from my Colourful Country Life and just kind of go over 2025 in general, and I may talk a little bit about what I'm looking into for 2026 and stuff like that. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing what completed pages I had and the piles and piles of whips that we're rolling into 2026 with. But nevertheless, I hope your 2025 has ended well and your 2026 has started off wonderfully. All the araha to you all. Also, because these are our generations, they can make little hearts too. All the araha to you all. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.